Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to give you 5 hacks to make it seem like you hired an interior decorator for your home. Hack number 1, let's talk about where to hang your pictures and your wall art. General rule of thumb is that you want your wall art to be, you'll hear the saying, at eye level. What does that actually mean? Everybody is a different height, so eye levels can vary depending on the person. That saying is actually derived from the actual interior decorating kind of general rule of thumb that pictures should be hung at 57 inches from the floor. So you start at the floor, measure up 57 inches, and that is where you want the middle of your wall art to be hung. So why 57 inches? It's a pretty particular number. That is kind of the average eye level. When you think about 57 inches, it's kind of this middle ground on your space that puts that picture at a neutral level. It will also allow your space to seem more cohesive. Sometimes you'll see wall art that is hung way too high or even way too low. When you have pictures that are hung too high, it separates your space. It makes it disconnected. So when you bring that item down, you're gonna bring it into the rest of what's happening in your space. So 57 inches is the general rule of thumb. If you have higher ceilings, you wanna bump that 57 inches up to just about 60, give or take. That's usually the general rule of thumb for 8-foot ceilings. It's going to be 60 inches. So try that and see if that doesn't bring your wall art back into focus in your space. Hack number 2 is to make sure that your area rug is big enough for your space, but not too big. Sometimes we go and we find this amazing area rug and we want it to work in our space, and it's just not going to. So definitely before you go out and go looking for area rugs, measure your entire space as well as the furniture that you have in that space. You don't want a rug that's gonna gobble up all of your furniture, but you also don't want a rug that's too small to fit all of your furniture. There's a very happy medium between those two things, and I'll insert a graphic here as to what is the right area rug for your space. Generally speaking, you want something that will hold all of your furniture but not gobble it up. You don't want something that's so big that you put your furniture on it and you can see all the way around the area rug. It actually makes your space look like it doesn't fit. It'll look like your room is too big for the amount of furniture that you have. On the flip side, if you get something that doesn't go underneath your couches or your chairs or your table and have that little bit of extra hanging off on the sides, it's gonna look too small. You want your eyes to be naturally drawn to a space. You don't want to come into a space and think, something seems off and I can't put my finger on it. And definitely rugs are one area that kind of get overlooked. You kind of go for a rug based off of what it looks like, but not really what the size is. So you don't want something too small that your couches and your chairs can't fit on top of, but you don't want something too big that all of your furniture sits on top of it and there's a whole lot of extra rug around your space. So again, you can go back and watch the graphic that I'll put on the screen and screenshot it so you can take it with you to the store when you're looking for a new rug. Hack number 3, be careful of things telling you what to do. A lot of times, especially right now when we're in this big farmhouse themed living, there's a lot of these signs that you can get now that have such great sayings, and they make great pieces for your home. You have to balance that with more neutral pieces so it doesn't get overbearing. And something I always think of, and I am totally guilty of doing this, in my first house with my husband, I was so gung-ho on all of these signs that had cute little sayings that one day he came home and he said, you know what? I am tired of things telling me what to do in my house. And it kind of stuck with me. Generally, you can have a sign, but play it with neutral, pictures or things like that. or wall art that is not busy. But when you have sign after sign after sign after sign, it can make your space look crowded. So be careful with the signs that tell you what to do. Decorating hack number 4 is your lighting. Your lighting, your lighting, your lighting. That is so important. Depending on what style you want to decorate your house in, your lighting is definitely going to make or break that feeling. For example, in my house, I go towards more of a French style decor. And when I think of French style decor and decorating, I think of warm tones and warm, cozy spaces. And that's more geared towards a yellow toned light. Now, if I wanted something more minimal and clean lined, I'd probably transfer all of my lighting over to blue light because there's just a more crisp color with blue lighting versus yellow lighting. And you have to play off of your windows too. So if you have a lot of windows, you know, what do you want that space to feel like? You'll get a lot of natural light in there. So do you need a lot of overhead lighting, or can you do lamps or things like that? But lighting is definitely going to make or break your decorating style. So definitely pay attention to that. And decorating hack number 5 is have different textures in your space. You have to make sure that you're varying textures and styles of things within your space to add variety. You can get really monotone if you're playing with all, you know, I've got a bunch of wood accents. If it's all wood accents, it's gonna look overbearing, but it's also gonna be very boring. So I've added different colors, light and dark contrasting, and adding metals and glass and different types of textures to your space. Adding greenery, different types of greenery to your space is going to bring more variety in, and it's going to add more contrast to your space. The same thing with pillows. So if you have pillows on your couch, make sure you get one that might be a little bit more sturdy in its structure and its fabric and its feel to it, and then a softer pillow. Or maybe you want a pillow that has more of a pleather or leather feel to it, and maybe a suede pillow or a nice soft linen pillow. Adding more textures to your space is going to make it look more inviting, and it's a little trick that decorators use that a lot of people overlook. So definitely add more textures to your space and make sure they complement each other. So there you guys have it. There's 5 hacks that you can use in your home to make it look like you hired an interior decorator. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new here, my name is Sydney, and this is the Pleasant Street Farmhouse. I put out videos every Wednesday and Sunday. I'd love for you to stick around, so make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and like this video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.